Whether they starred hormonal high schoolers or talking dinosaurs, sitcoms in the 90s weren't afraid to have a bit of an edge.
I'm so excited! I'm scared!
Somebody thought that was a reasonable storyline. Yikes. Anyway, these particular TV moments were actually way darker than you remember. In one of the most famously emotional sitcom episodes of the 90s, The Fresh Prince's Season 4's Papa's Got a Brand New Excuse, Will is finally reunited with his estranged biological father Lou after 14 years away. Things are awkward at first, but it doesn't take long for Will to start getting attached, despite Uncle Phil's misgivings. Will really gets his hopes up after Lou promises to take him on a cross-country road trip, but as you might remember, all he gets is disappointment. In the end, Lou, who works as a trucker, decides instead to make a shipment on the other side of the country. Phil practically begs Lou to keep his promise and be there for his son, even offering to buy Will a plane ticket so he can meet his father in Maine. But Lou declines and says that they'll have to take their trip another time. Will acts strong in front of his father, but it's only a matter of time before he completely breaks down, giving a truly heartbreaking speech.
How come you don't want me, man?
The Fresh Prince veered into very special episode territory, more than most sitcoms of its day, wholly unafraid to confront the issues of the day with its young audience from the get-go. In the first season episode, Mistaken Identity, Will and his cousin Carlton are pulled over by police for driving an allegedly stolen Mercedes that they were given permission to drive. Regardless, the encounter doesn't go well, and the boys end up in jail until Uncle Phil is able to get them out.
Now wait a minute, buddy. Who the hell do you think you're talking?
Who the hell do you think you're talking to?
Carlton is initially reluctant to believe that a justice system that he believes in would allow for this kind of racial profiling, but Phil lets his son know that such things are much more common than he thinks. For 7 seasons, from 1993 to 2000, Boy Meets World served as one of the anchor series for ABC's popular TGIF programming slate. The will they or won't they romance between Corey and Topanga became central to the show's story, but one episode saw their awkward dynamic serve as the catalyst for a horrible moment involving their friend Shawn. In the season 5 episode, If You Can't Be With the One You Love, Corey tries whiskey at a party because things are weird between him and Topanga following a breakup. He convinces Shawn to join him, and the two get busted for underage drinking. Shawn, whose father was an abusive alcoholic, continues drinking and making bad choices, like shoving his girlfriend Angela into a door when she tries to stop his self-destruction. The actor who played Shawn, Ryder Strong, confessed on the Pod Meets World podcast that he was miserable shooting the episode, and he still doesn't like it at all. He told the New York Post, "To try and cram an entire alcoholic journey and sobriety journey into 22 minutes, that's not ever what it actually is like. That's never how it happens in real life. So in a weird way, it's hurting the issue that it's trying to address."
I don't like me when I drink either.
Good, because I sure like you when you don't.
That wasn't the first time that Shawn went through the ringer on Boy Meets World. The season 4 episode, Cult Fiction, touched on religious fanaticism by throwing the character into a suspiciously friendly environment. When his teacher, Mr. Turner, reminds him that high school isn't forever and only a handful of people seem to care about him, Shawn is just vulnerable enough to accept an invitation from his classmate Sherry to join an organization called The Center.
They're all your friends?
Yeah. And they can be yours too if you want.
Led by the charismatic Mr. Mack, the center looks to be a safe haven for wayward teens on the surface. Shawn becomes apprehensive due to the touchy-feely nature of the club and even recognizes it as a cult, but nevertheless finds himself brainwashed and fully within the group's control. At first, he refuses to break away from the center, even when Corey, Eric, their parents, and the boys' longtime teacher, Mr. Feeney, express concern. It's only after Mr. Turner has a life-threatening motorcycle accident that Shawn returns to the religion he was raised with.
Don't take Turner away from me. He's not done yelling at me yet.
Full House might be remembered for Michelle's one-liners, but the show had a dark overtone to it from the start. Do you know what happened to Danny's wife? She was killed in a car accident. That's why Jesse and Joey are helping raise the girls. So it was dark from the get-go, and so were some episodes. Such was the case during the season 4 episode, Shape Up, when the oldest Tanner daughter, DJ, becomes nervous about her appearance in the lead-up to a pool party. As a result, she starts starving herself and nearly passes out at the gym. Sadly, Beret's life and art came to imitate one another. She revealed on a 2025 episode of her podcast, "I developed an eating disorder when I was 18. It was binging and purging, like I'm a bulimic. I still say I'm a bulimic because the thoughts, whether I'm doing that or not, never leave me. I still need the tools to say, no, Candace, we are not doing that."
I want you to promise me that you're going to eat healthy and exercise the right way.
I promise, no more crash diets.
Airing for 4 seasons as part of ABC's TGIF block, Dinosaurs had about as wild a premise as was possible for a primetime sitcom at the time. But as crazy as it was, the incredibly dark storyline that served as the show's endpoint is even crazier. In the series finale, Changing Nature, family patriarch Earl Sinclair inadvertently triggers the Ice Age that will inevitably kill off all dinosaurs and destroy their fictional civilization. If that's not bad enough, he does it in service of his greedy bosses at the environment-ravaging We Say So Development Corporation. The episode served as a dark allegory for real environmental issues. Series co-creator Tim Doyle certainly wanted people to think about it that way. As he told Variety in 2022, it's a powerful message. We did easily a dozen episodes about the environment in one form or another, and they were all kind of toothless, because by the end of 22 minutes, we kind of fixed it. And here is one where the consequences are not fixable. We've f***ed up the environment, and we are going to have to deal with the fallout of that.
Dinosaurs have been on this earth for 150 million years. And it's not like we're going to just disappear.
The Golden Girls, which wrapped up its 7-season run on NBC in 1992, went above and beyond in its treatment of topical issues, many of which other programs were unable or unwilling to tackle. In the season 5 episode, 72 Hours, Betty White's character Rose is horrified to learn that she may have been exposed to blood contaminated with HIV after receiving a blood transfusion several years earlier. The episode's title refers to the amount of time she's forced to wait in limbo for the test results to come in. In the end, everyone is relieved when Rose tests negative, but it's only after she endures an emotional roller coaster that explores issues like discrimination, misinformation, and the fleeting nature of life. White seemed quite proud to have taken part in the episode. The book Golden Girls Forever quotes her as saying, "Not only were people understandably afraid of AIDS, but a lot of people wouldn't even admit it existed. So this was a daring episode to do, and the writers went straight for it."
It's been a bad week.
It'll get better.
Even though it crashed and burned as a part of ABC's TGIF lineup initially, Sister Sister became a teen hit on the upstart WB network until 1999. While the reunited sisters get into their share of trouble in the series, some of those escapades were more sinister than others. In the season 4 episode, Model Tia, the sisters meet a supposedly famous photographer with whom Tia was chatting online in hopes of becoming a big-time model. Their parents refuse to let them do a shoot, but Tamara decides to go anyway, posing as her sister. As you might expect, the man isn't who he says he is. He's less of a photographer and more of a predator. During the photo session, he tries to convince Tamara to change into skimpy clothing, and when Tia shows up to save her sister, he tries to stop them from leaving.
So, what do you say we get this party started? Right.
Party? What party? I don't see any balloons.
The girls are rescued by their parents in the end, learning a hard lesson along the way.